Okay, so fake flippers. Ah. So the thing about this, leave me alone. The thing about fake flippers is there's a bunch of stuff that I'm not going to get into about how it works. The thing that you need to know, there are two key things. One is what we're going to try and do is get 3 arrows and 2 bombs on the screen at the same time and then jump in the water. And if you can get all that stuff right, when you do, there won't be any splash. The game won't be able to make the splash. That's actually how you get the swimming state, is by avoiding the splash. That's the same reason when you jump, like the like on the side of the screen, and you start swimming because you transition the screen on the same frame. That's because it can't make the splash. So the thing that's really important is it is possible for you to not be able to do it because you've already done something that's causing the game to be able to make the splash even when it kind of shouldn't. Not going to go into all the details. Skelly has a really, really good tutorial on all this stuff that is like 30 minutes long. We're not going to go into that. The easiest way to deal with that, I'm going to assume, let's just assume for a minute that you have lots of bombs, right? Here, we're going to just, a lot of bombs. Great. Walk to the edge of the water, and I'm going to hit Y 3 times. I'm going to try and drop 3 bombs. And what's going to happen is, I'm going to try and, the first 2 bombs are going to go into the drink, and then the third one isn't going to spawn. Ready? You see how, like, I still have 12 bombs. I tapped Y 3 times, but I only used 2. The game doesn't spawn the third one. When you do that, you're resetting. It's called resetting your ancilla. Again, I'm not going to go into all the details there. The important thing is now we are ready. So this is a timing thing. What you're going to try and do is shoot 3 arrows into the wall quickly. Don't mash Y too fast. That's honestly, in my opinion, the easiest way for people to mess this up, is they try and just mash Y and you actually shoot too slow. You do need to learn the bow timing for this. It takes practice. I'm not going to say it won't. But the general gist is, like my timing is like 1, 2, 3. That will shoot 3 shots into the wall. And then you're going to menu to bombs. You want to use the start menu. Don't try and quick swap. Pause with the start button, menu to bombs, and then you're going to drop 2 bombs and immediately jump in the water. It's not super forgiving, but it is possible. So you want to be pretty close to the wall when you're doing this. Like you can see where I'm standing. I'm standing like right next to a wall. So I'm going to shoot 3 arrows, and then I'm going to drop 2 bombs like to the right and jump upwards. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and I'm swimming. So you can see that's why they call it splash deletion. It didn't splash. That's how the game actually knows that you, to check for the flippers is when the splash spawns. So if you don't spawn the splash, it never looks for the flippers. Hey, we're swimming. There are more complicated versions, but this is the most important one. If you want to be able, we're not going to get into doing the splash delete up by, to get the Zora Ledge item. It's basically the same thing, but you have to do it fast. You have to be really close, tight on your timing. This one's a little bit more forgiving, but it's useful, for example, if you're up in Zora's domain. Like let's say you just got catfish and then you mirrored and you want to check the waterfall fairy, but you still don't have flippers. This is a good way to do it. It can come into play in other places too. To be totally honest, the area where it gets used the most is the Zora Ledge stuff. But if you get good at this, you'll eventually be able to figure that out. But you can see kind of the gist of it here is, again, it's 1, 2, 3 on the arrows, drop 2 bombs, and then you jump in the water right after. Be really careful. Obviously, if you get hit, it's really bad. It's the same as any other fake flipper. So, but we'll do it one more time. Again, I'm going to walk up here. So you want to be like close. 1, 2, 3. And the water. Now. And remember, the easiest way, like you can see I have 8 bombs. 1, 2, 3. Like I tried to drop 3 bombs there and I couldn't drop the third one. Right? The idea is, like, when you try, and they have to go into the drink. Like you can see, I tried to dunk them. That actually didn't work. But you can't place more than 3 bombs at a time. By trying to dunk 3 bombs at a time, when you try and dunk the third one, it basically goes nope, and it sets everything correctly. So that's the basics. The big thing here, again, is practice the timing on 1, 2, 3. On that. The timing on the arrows is the most important part for this trick. The bombs are pretty easy. It's just that you can just mash. But it's 1, 2, 3. There's like a rhythm to it. All right.